Relax, Hot Rod. It's not like you're gonna get me killed or anything.
Hi, Collector's Corner here, and welcome to a new video review. Today, as promised, we're taking a look at Masterpiece Hot Rodimus MP-28. It was released in 2016, 5 years after MP-09, the MP Rodimus Prime that transformed between Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime for some reason, but was a victim of lots of manufacturing defects and low quality control. People complained. Takara released a new one, version 2, which fixed some, then released a version 3, which fixed some other issues, and 5 years later decided to make a completely new figure, and this was the result. So let's get to it, shall we? Here's the box. Nice picture of the toy in robot mode, in car mode. MP-38 Cybertron Cavalier Hot Rodimus. Transformers Masterpiece on top. Transformers Masterpiece done in nice metallic foil. 28 Hot Rodimus. Bottom nothing. On the side, you get his car mode. Takara Tomy. On the other side, you get his robot mode with his gun. And him pointing heroically at something. Back, you get the product shots, Rodimus, Transformers Masterpiece, car modes, some read up in Japanese, comparison with Masterpiece Magnus, which I do not own, so you won't see that comparison here. His accessories, except for that one, that's not his. We'll talk about that later. His fishing pole to mimic the scene at the beginning of the 1986 movie for some reason, and the rest of his accessories, including the sticker sheet. Yeah, pretty nice. So, let's unbox him. Yep. Pull out the tray. Got a lot of stuff. He is in his tray. Let's start with the paperwork here. So, have this little packet with his instructions, a little leaflet, and his collector's card. So let's go one by one. Oh, it is so hard to open. Some technical details there for the car, for the robot, supercar, Hot Rodimus, his weapons, how we can plug them in, accessories, the fishing rod, saw blade, and the instructions on the back. Yeah, she's large. You have this, which has a code and a QR code in a lot of Japanese. I'll probably translate it in post what it says in a bit here. So, yeah. Hi, the leaflet apparently is for a questionnaire you need to answer, and then you're brought into a lucky draw for a prize. The website it links to is long dead, so yeah, guess that's it. Now back to the regularly scheduled review. Thanks. We have the collector's card. It's a nice collector's card, hard stock. 28 Hot Rodimus, car mode, raw mode. On the back, show the toy, both modes, text specs, and read up. And we have the very special Asian exclusive collector's coin here. This is his package, little packet. It's shaped like Hot Rod's chest there. You open his hood here, chest, and there's the coin. Transformers Hot Rodimus. Inside the Matrix of Leadership, 28. My actions speak louder than my words, and if you fold down his coin, you have his face for some reason. The coin's not removable, it's just glued in there. Can't take it out, but it looks kind of nice. I mean, I don't see what the purpose of taking it out would be, but there. That's a very nice metal coin. Very cool looking. This was only available in Asian markets with some releases on the back. Has his pipes and an Autobot logo. And a Hasbro logo. And now, on to the main event. There's Hot Rod. Right corner. I'll take him out. And get his pizza cutter saw. And you get his two guns. And of course, the fishing rod, pole, or whatever. So, we'll move on to take a look at Hot Rod himself in a bit. Before we do that, if you're enjoying this, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified when new videos come up. It really helps out the subscription specifically. Trying to get to 500 subscribers, and I appreciate if you would subscribe if you're liking this. So now, let's move on to Hot Rod, shall we? There he is in his very nice car mode. His very silver chromed pipes. I don't know why mine seems to be losing the chrome, just showing the orange underneath. But yeah, the pipes. And the other side has pipes. Has nice blue windshield. No interior, just sport parts. This chrome engine block. This flame with the Autobot logo. The very nice gold headlights covered with translucent plastic. Very nice looking. Very sleek. Silver rims. The back. You have the rear stoplights done in blue for some reason. They're nicely detailed. Got some vents molded in. Yeah. Big spoiler wing. All in all, it's a pretty nice looking car. It does roll, sort of. Not really all that well, but it does roll. Yeah. His wheels do spin. But yeah, very nice. So, if I do say so. Let's lower this a bit. It's a bit high, and he's a bit flat. There it is. Peanuts. Now for accessory storage, well, he can't store anything but one of his guns. So here's one of his guns. Won't focus on him for some reason. Oh, there. This is one of the guns. Nice molded in detail. Very nice. And the other gun, slightly different. They both can do this. That's what we're going to show. Very nice. But only one at a time. What you want to do is fold back the handle to expose that rectangular tab peg there. And you bring in Rodimus, Hot Rodimus, fold up his engine block here, and there's a port, a square port there. You can tab his gun in, and it holds his head in, otherwise. There. And you can tab his gun into there. There we go. Like I said. Yeah. And we create his target master look with only one gun instead of the two barrels from the target master. But hey, that can be done. Looks kind of weird, to be honest. But yeah, can do that. Yeah. Both guns can do it. If you want, you can tab in this one. There. There he is with secondary gun. Pretty nice. These are not blast fit compatible. I mean, they do have a port in there, but you can't actually plug anything in there. It's just very, very small. So, with that done, he does nothing else in this mode except that. You move on to comparisons. Let's go a bit higher. There's Hot Rod comparison. Here he is with G1 Hot Rod. Pretty similar. This one's the Walmart exclusive cartoon accurate movie repaint release from last year. They look pretty good together. It'll recreate the squared notched windshield. If you look at the bottom, you can see it does pretty much the same thing except with the belt here, the waist piece. This one rotates, this one does not. But otherwise, he does exactly the same thing to transform, interestingly enough. Here he is with Classics, which is slightly larger, about the same size of his as a Masterpiece. It's okay. Yeah. He's with Studio Series. And yeah, they do sort of the same general thing, except he hides his head. But yeah, they look okay. Here is with Kingdom Rodimus. And yeah, they're about the same length. Just about. Here it is with Power of the Primes, because I have them. Yeah, they're about the same size. Except, yeah, just about the same size. This one's still pretty good for a Hot Rod. I mean, he's a bit limited in the articulation department, but overall, he's pretty decent. And last but not least, here he is with Optimus Prime. I don't have a Masterpiece Prime, so Studio Series A6 will have to do. And yeah, he's a bit large for that, but hey, you get the idea. Pretty nice, I think. It's very sleek vehicle mode. So, let's get on to transformation, which is not that difficult for a Masterpiece. Let's get into transformation. First thing you want to do is on-tab this whole side panel from the roof and the hood. What you do is want to pull down on the side, so it on-tabs like that. It'll pop off from behind the pipes. And it'll un-tab from this section too. And you can pull it out like that. Same thing on the other side. Some tab, pull out like so. And this gets very awkward because you have to pull out this hinge from underneath his head without moving his head, because you can't do that right now. So you have to there, pull it out like that. Same thing here. I'm gonna rotate this a bit so you can get a grip and pull it out. There it is. Then you can, once you have these panels, fold this down, and now you work on his head. This is the first thing you want. First thing you want to do here is open up the chest like that. Rotate his face out like so. Push down these panels. Just again. This is very much the G1 head swivel thing. Only more complex. You want to pull this section with the engine block all the way back like that. You can fold in the sides of the car like so. Bring this down. And you can tab this little tab into that notch. So that tab into that notch. Like that. We have the front. Now you want to bring out his legs from here. You tab in there. Just pull it down. These two slots. Tab in here when you go to car mode and keep the little thruster things down. So you want to fold in the side panels. You tab them and fold them in. You fold in the rear lights first, then fold in the panel, fold in the light, fold in the panel. And you want to fold up the windshield, and this tab, this slot here, will tab into that tab on the back of his head. That, and then the whole back section will fold down and tab in to these two tabs, to these two slots right there, with those two tabs. Like so. Then you can rotate his spoiler up like that. It'll kind of softly notch in there. In his arms, you want to rotate his shoulder all the way forward over the tire. Like they're originally facing that way for car mode. You want to rotate around over the tire all the way. Then you can rotate his elbow forward. And you can fold it up. Open out the panel. His forearm. And you can rotate out his hand. Like that. And then this shoulder panel, this tab, will tab in right there. And this other tab will tab in right there. Like so. Same thing on the other side. Rotate his arm forward. Rotate his elbow forward. Bring out his fist, like so. And then tab in that small tab onto the windshield there. Just make sure these are pushed all the way down. And then for the legs, you want to come down here. You want to tab them. You want to open up rear panels. You want to pull them all the way out. Extend them. Tab in there. And you want to close up the panel. Fold open his feet. Do the same thing for the other side. Open up. Pull out his leg. And that tab will tab in there. Close up. Bring up his toes. And there we are. There is Rodimus. Why is this not functioning in his robot mode? And there he is in robot mode. Very nice looking robot mode. Take a look at his face. There it is. Focus. That's a nice face. Very young looking. Yeah. His chest. Yeah, just the hood of the car. No cheating here. The part of the headlights that remain. Nice magenta for the robot parts. Yes. Orange for the legs. Gray for the shins. The back, not much. The backpack, pretty compact. Not as compact as Studio Series 86, but he moves part of this junk onto his calves, so yeah. That's a way of doing it. So, yeah, pretty clean though. Yeah, it's a lot of folding up stuff in there. But all in all, pretty nice. I do like him. Articulation wise, his head, rotate. He can look up quite a bit. Can look down slightly. No side to side. Shoulders can rotate. They can, well, if you want to tab them, you can move forward and cross over if you want. They're supposed to be tabbed in. Like so. You do move up slightly, not much, but just slightly. You do have bicep roll. You do get a double jointed elbow, very nice. You have wrist rotation. And his fingers can open and close. Grab his guns and the fishing rod. He does get an ab crunch, just forward, nothing back. It's a bit loose on mine because it's just a hinge there. And just designed so he can sit and grab the fishing rod. Otherwise, it doesn't have much use and it's very loose. Have to position his leg just right so he doesn't, look like he's falling back and forth. In any case, you bring up his skirt here, side skirts and the back skirts. He does have back skirts. You can see it's looser than the legs, so it's hard to move the legs without moving the ab crunch first. But I want to do this. You can move the leg forward, that back, not all the way, just that far because it hits the skirt there. Out, pretty much the full splits. Does have a thigh rotation. He does have a double jointed knee, so you get pretty good range of knee bend there. And ankles, just slight ankle tilt. His toes can't point down, can't point up, and the heel can move, proposing. All in all, pretty decent range of articulation, and yeah, looks pretty nicely. So, let's talk about his accessories now. He's got his guns. Hold back the handle here. He's got the tab. Tabs there. Slide into his hand. Gotta kind of move it in there. Rotate around. Like that. Close the screws around it. Hold his gun. Same thing with the other gun. For his pizza cutter, you want to open up his arm here, fold in his arm, and tab in or peg in to that peg, that port. Yeah. Close arm here, and there he has his saw. Yes, it can spin if you want to. Yeah. Anyway, back you saw. And if he wants to go fishing, he can't do that. And slide the rod into his hands, into his other hands, to his other hand, that, and there. He can fish. Now, you can, if you want to, do the leg pose here, sitting down. That's what that ab crunch is for. So do that. Hold. Switch your rod, which is pretty tall, as you can see. Pretty tall. And yeah, you can fish. That's kind of fun. Don't think I'll ever use this, but yeah, it's there if you want it. Let's have a couple of other features beyond his accessories. Let's try him out for this. You can, if you like Series 86, which likely took inspiration from this guy, open up his skull cap here and pull out his visor. And now he has a nice visored head. Looks pretty nice. And his last feature, fortunately, requires you to have a different figure, but hey, you can open his chest. And if you have MP-10, you can place his matrix of leadership in there. It fits right there. That's probably why his chest is very boxy and flat. But yeah, you can stick the matrix there. I don't have it. I don't have a matrix that fits in there, so sorry. There's Rodimus. So, I mean, Hot Rodimus. That's what Takara calls him. So now, let's go to some robot mode comparisons. Yeah. So, for comparison, here he is with G1 Hot Rod. Yeah, quite a bit taller. But he recreates the idea fairly nicely. Same pipes on the side, yeah. So it, push back. It's a damn ab crunch, but hey. There's slightly less lean back. Very annoying. Yeah. So yeah, pretty nice. That. Here he is with, like to stand for me. There. Here he is with Titan's Return. Rodimus. Yeah, quite different things. Here he is with Power of the Primes, Rodimus. So Hot Rod Rodimus, whatever. Okay. With Kingdom Rodimus Prime, yes, he's still a bit taller than Kingdom. Just a tiny bit. Here he is with Classics. He tends to slouch, but yeah. Classics. He is with Studio Series Rodimus. Still think it's pretty good, but yeah, he has some issues. Like his on his shoulders. But yeah, he shares the same visor gimmick. Yeah. You see he's a bit shorter than Masterpiece. And last but not least, here he is with Prime. Again, I don't have a Masterpiece Prime, so this is the Prime you get. Yeah, they're about the same size. Pretty good together, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a good size for a Rodimus, not a Hot Rod. This guy. Anyway. So yeah, all in all, he's a pretty good figure. He does get some decent accessories. I like the guns. I like his saw. It's kind of sad that he doesn't get the welder for fixing cup. And yeah, the that ab crunch is really annoying. The fishing rod, don't think I'll ever, display him with this guy. Because what's the point? I know it's seen in the movie at the beginning with Daniel, but still, really. And I know it came with this to the Series 86 also, but that one's in the box. I never took him out. So yeah. But overall, he's a pretty good figure. I like him. I enjoy him. I do hope the new one that's supposed to be coming out later, probably next year sometime, does fix that ab crunch, because this is super annoying. Super annoying. And the backpack can use some refinement. But yeah, other than that, I'm not sure what else I'm going to be able to do with this guy to make me want to buy him again. But we'll see. I probably will end up buying him again, so yeah. Stay tuned for that one when I do get him. But yeah, all in all, pretty nice. It's a nice looking figure. Has a lot of stuff you can do with him. Yeah, it's fun. Go find him if you can, or wait for the new one and see what it does. With that, I thank you for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe down below. All that good stuff, ring the bell to get notified. Follow us on Patreon. Follow us on Jesus Christ. Sorry, don't follow us on Jesus Christ. Follow us on Sky, Blue Sky. This is super annoying. Follow us on Blue Sky, follow us on Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe, as I said. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys, if this guy will stand for the outro. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.